Namaste, beautiful friends. This is Elle with Sacred Union Spiritual Wellness, a channel dedicated to uplifting and enhancing your spiritual well-being. Welcome to my channel. I am Elle, your hostess, your guide, and an intuitive card reader, you guidance on how to enhance and uplift your spiritual, emotional, and physical well-being. So if you are new here, welcome. If you find something of value here, please like and consider subscribing to this channel. And also welcome to all of my returning viewers and subscribers. I am going to cleanse and clear the space. And then I invite you, while I'm doing that, to watch this introduction, take some deep cleansing breaths, some very deep inhalations, and then exhale very strongly and clear your energy, align your chakras so that you can pick up the resonance of the messages in this reading that are meant for you. Welcome back. Welcome back. Okay, so let's get started on this reading. I'm not going to focus on the astrology today because we just had a new moon in Aquarius and talk about some pretty powerful energies. All right, the decks that I am using, this is the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms, and this is by Colette Baron Reed. And then I have the Somnio Tarot by Nicholas Bruno, which is a really good deck. If you haven't seen that deck before, it's really amazing. So I recommend, if you read tarot, to go ahead and look into that deck. Dungeons and Dragons by Adam Lee and Fred Gisabel. And then the Buddha Doodles by Molly Hahn. And then I'm also going to use the Wisdom Mindfulness cards. So let's get started. There's a message coming through for you, I'm almost positive. If you are here watching this video, you were guided here. So there's a message that Spirit would like you to see. So let's get started and pull some oracle cards. It's going to give us an overview of the reading. The Eyes of Beauty, positive expectations and clarity. Definitely some new moon vibes. Let's see. That is a 25 card, which is a 7. And 7 to me are divine numbers. And it's almost like you're starting to build on your experiences and on your wisdom. And that's what's bringing the clarity. You're finding what works. The Queen of the Light, illumination, enlightenment, and celebration. I get union energy here. This is it's a 15 card, which is a 6. So we'll put that here. So we have a 6 and a 7. But this is absolutely beautiful energy. And it almost reminds me of the Magician card, because look at how she's manifesting. But she's manifesting from a place of such high vibration with that light energy. All right, I'm going to pull from the Dungeons and Dragons. So let me clarify in this deck. The wands are represented by strength. The intelligence is represented by swords. Wisdom is represented by the cups. And the pentacles are charisma. So let's see what comes through. Get some details for you. There's one. I like to pull 5 cards. 5 to me are changes, so this indicates changes that you may want to make in your experience or utilizing your wisdom. All right, so let's see what the message is for you today, and then I'll get some clarifiers. Okay, the first one is death. There's the transformation. So this is kind of that, but it also has a little bit of devil energy here. That's the 13 card in the major arcana. And this is a transformation, but toward the light, toward a deeper understanding, enlightenment. Oh, and then the Sun card. Now we have two major arcanas. So the Death card is, that's scorpionic energy, and that's the ending of a cycle, that's change. And then with the Sun card, that is Leo energy, that is fire energy. But you see on the Leo, on this Sun card, look at the sword. The sword is illumination. That's the sword of truth. That's the clarity. So I feel like if this message is resonating for you, this is all about you're on the right path. You, whatever changes you have been making in your life, you're on the right path. This is the Six of Wisdom. So this is the Six of Cups card. Those are deep connections. The Knight of Wisdom, the Knight of Cups, and the High Priestess, another major arcana. So we're bookending with the High Priestess and the Death card. The High Priestess is a Piscean energy that is kind of represented by the moon. That's intuition. And I'm hearing like the Gemini cricket, instead of let your conscious be your guide, let your intuition be your guide. But it's very connected to this card. If you see how they're kind of, they're deep into creating their own reality through high vibration, but managing your thoughts, your truth, staying grounded in your truth. And I like that this, you have this wisdom, these two elements of wisdom here, which are emotion. It's like your emotional intelligence is elevating. Like you're handling things from a more enlightened perspective. You're seeing other people's point of view. It's almost like you have this deep sense of compassion, this ability to put yourself in the other person's position. There's a non-judgmental energy here, but it's being guided intuitively. I just can't get over the connection of these two cards. This is deliberate manifestation, trying to bring something better in your life. That's the change that you're making. So if you've done something like added exercise, maybe starting to manage your diet, if you've been working with me on my other channel, The Organizer Advisor, and you're getting organized, we just did a 30-day total life transformation. Today is day 30. And if you've been doing that, you know, those New Year's resolutions, trying to save money, you know, strengthening your spiritual practice, becoming more self-aware. If you have made those changes, you're on the right track. You have been, this is a message for you, that stick with it. You are on the right track. You are definitely working toward your life path goals. This is a beautiful energy, and I just want you to bring the beauty from within. Bring the beauty from within. That is something I ought to write down. But it's definitely an energy of self-renewal, self-improvement, really focusing. And I feel like that's what that new moon in Aquarius was. Even though a lot of people, a lot of the astrologers and the readers are like, this is going to be life-changing, and you know, this is going to be in some cases catastrophic. I really feel like it was just, it's a more of a commitment and self-discipline to managing your emotional life, your spiritual life, and your physical life in a more positive and productive way. And I feel like that's the whole essence of this. But you're doing it through beauty, bringing the beauty from within, raising your vibration, managing your thoughts to manifest more positive things for you. And that is affecting those around you. So let's get some clarification here. All right, for this death card, we have the Two of Swords. There's been something that has been blocking this transformation energetically and physically. It feels as though you have your old patterns of thought have kept you in this lower vibration quagmire, and it's been very difficult for you to break free of that. It's been some sort of habitual training, conditioning, programming, and you're really starting to connect with your truth and your light, which is making this you're transforming through managing your energy. And thoughts are energy, emotions are energy, brain heart coherence energy. It feels like you really are mastering that, and you're mastering your reactions. Instead of reacting to things emotionally, you're responding from a higher perspective. So for the Sun card, it's the Five of Wands. What have you overcome? There's been something here about a lack of self-discipline and beating yourself up about it, but it was because you have, I feel like you've been programmed to give up too soon. If you don't see immediate results, it's not working. That's not truth. But with this truth, you're overcoming that. With the Sun card, the Sun card is a card of overcoming, with right next to the transformation. You're finally breaking free of these old patterns of belief systems, of behaviors, of bad habits. With, I told you there was this devil energy here. That's why that's coming out. You've had some bad habits that you're trying to break free from. And that could just be, you know, being chronically late for work. You know, not tidying up, and so you're surrounded by clutter and you're getting stressed out by not doing the routines that you do for self-care. So I feel like you're finally saying enough is enough. I'm going to try a different approach, and I'm going to make this work for me, but I'm going to stick with it this time. There is something about self-discipline and giving up on yourself, and then disappointing yourself because you made a commitment to yourself and you didn't follow through. So there's this thing of self-discipline that has kind of been overshadowed by some old programming. For the Six of Cups, the Five of Cups. That's that disappointment that you've always felt. And I feel like it's impacted your relationships. You've always felt, you've made these promises to yourself, and then you quit before you start to see the results because you get frustrated because you're not seeing the results. And so then you end up this self-loathing behavior, and it's a vicious cycle. And now you're starting to say, no, wait a minute, I'm going to start controlling my thoughts. I'm not going to look so much for external results. I'm going to look for internal results. I'm going to bring the beauty from within to transform my life. All the things that are beautiful about you, you're going to use as tools to transform your life. The Four of Pentacles. Okay, the message that just came through from my guides was sometimes you gave up too soon because you weren't sure you really wanted to put the work in to get the outcome. The juice wasn't worth the squeeze. And now you're going to change that perspective because you're tired of the disappointment. And then the World card with this High Priestess. That's about Saturnian energy, and that's about changing the routines. You're going to try new routines. Now, I'm just going to say, if you have money saving or physical well-being or getting organized, finally taking control of your space, uplifting your home, cleaning your home, check out my other channel, The Organizer Advisor. I archived everything in a playlist called the 2025 Total Life Transformation. Every video is there for you, and it takes you just basically, it gives you the framework. You follow the framework, you'll transform your life. But the outcome now is going to be worth it. You're going to realistically adjust what it is you truly want and commit to it. Commit to the outcome, and you're going to stick with it because you're going to change the structure. Some of the reason why you haven't been able to accomplish what you set out to accomplish was because you didn't have a framework. That is the reason that most people fail at those New Year's resolutions or making change in their life. They just kind of conceptualize it, but they don't create a conceptual framework. And if you don't have a framework, you don't have structure. That's that Saturnian energy. This is going to be the structure. Find the structure that you need. Now, like if you want to increase yoga, your yoga practice. I love Yoga with Adrienne on YouTube. There's plenty of frameworks on YouTube for you to be able to start to manifest the change you want to see in your life. The change you want to see in the world starts with you. And it starts with making a commitment and sticking to it through self-discipline and repeated patterns of behavior, which develop into routines, which develop into habits, which then create a new structure in your life. That's amazing. Okay, so let me pull from the mindfulness, because this is going to give us an idea of where to get started and where you can focus. And then I'm going to pull from the Buddha Doodles, because I like saying Buddha Doodles. All right, let's see what comes through from my viewers. I usually use sacred self-care, but this time I'm going to use the mindfulness. Switch off your phone and avoid any screen time for an evening, a day, or a weekend. That is a toxic habitual behavior. That's where that devil energy is coming through in this transformation. A lot of times you're spending a lot of energy, which then your thoughts and your emotions are being conditioned by what you're viewing on social media, news. Turn it off and find something else that's going to be more fulfilling for you and see how you feel energetically afterwards. Go for a walk. Instead of screen time, do yoga. Instead of screen time, create a healthy meal. Instead of screen time, write, unscripted writing. Write in a journal, read a book. Find something uplifting to do. Rest is not idleness, but the silent symphony of rejuvenation. This is called rest and balance. So maybe you need to, instead of laying in bed with screen time, find something to do. Like first thing in the morning when you get up, you reach for your phone. Get up and make your bed. Start your day off on a positive. Get that sense of accomplishment. Pick up, the items on the floor. The things that are derailing you are things that you can control. Let's pull another one. Oh, it was on the table. Gratitude is the fairest blossom which springs from the soul. Practice gratitude. Engage or volunteer with activities and services in your community. But be grateful. And one way of being grateful is if you have items in your home that you no longer use and they just don't jive with your vibe anymore, you can detach from those and you can donate them to somebody else who is going to be able to get benefit from them. I went through all of my little Frenchie clothes and collars and leashes and harnesses, and I realized I have way more than I'm going to need. So I'm going to the pet rescue today to take a whole bag full of dog coats and sweaters and all kinds of little things to donate to the shelter so that when a pet is adopted, it can be all cutely dressed when it gets to go home. All right, let's pull from Buddha Doodles. All right, this one stayed on the table. So I hope you find this reading helpful in some way. I hope it gives you that little emotional support that you needed to hear in order to make this commitment to yourself, to change up the structure, to find a conceptual framework that works for you, and to change this bad habit of giving your energy or allowing your energy to be manipulated. Time heals. And be open. Okay, be open. Look at that. Just stand there and just look at the beautiful planet that we live on. Marvel at the experience of being alive, just being, but be open and receptive to a new way of doing things, to a new way of finding a framework that works for you. Time heals. If you're struggling with something and you feel as though, you know, there's been some sort of, I feel like there's a self-punishing, a self-demeaning energy here. So if you are in that energy, please bring the beauty from within. Bring those beautiful attributes, those beautiful emotions, the beautiful parts of you, and allow that light to shine and start to transform your life through a new conceptual framework. All right, that's what I have for you. Please, again, if you would consider subscribing to my channel, it helps me with the algorithm. Making a comment if you would, or just liking this video would be helpful. I look forward to seeing you again in the next video. And until then, my lovely, lovely friends, namaste. Thank you so much for your likes, your subscribing to my channel, and your very kind comments. I hope you found this video helpful. Please check out my other videos for other messages that will help you enhance your spiritual well-being. I'm Elle, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you again. Until then, my dear friends, namaste.